If you want, I can explain a little bit about each of them briefly. Controlling behavior.
Yeah, do it, man.
It could be either financial control, for example, your money.
Actually, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's do a separate thing. You tell us the name of it. We'll guess what we think it is.
Okay.
And then you can tell us if we're right, because it might clear up flaws that other people are like, I thought it's this.
Okay,
because we don't really know enough about this on a professional level, yeah? So go on, so give us one.
What controlling behavior? What do you see as controlling?
Go on first, go.
Salia. He asked you. You answer first.
No, both of us. I said we.
Yeah, go on then.
Are you doing this because my name comes first in Indian doctor? Is that why?
No. I just have no idea.
feel like it is, man. You want to buy time.
So your question was, what's an example of controlling?
Explain it. If someone asks,
what do we think it is, basically?
Yeah, what kind of actions do you think it is? That's controlling.
Right, like controlling money, controlling how you dress, controlling when you go out, when you come home. Maybe even like foods you eat. Like you can't even have certain foods at home, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
That's what I've got, Garen.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same. It's a very broad word, isn't it? It could be anything.
Yeah.
It sounds like, if someone's your prisoner and you just basically tell them what to do, you're serving or something like that.
There we go.
That is a very good broad definition to give of controlling behavior. I mean, yes, like appearance, clothes, you can be controlled, told what to wear, what you can and cannot wear. A lot of people go through it. So if a victim is female, is usually they can't wear revealing clothing like a dress, because they're considered night. Girls will wear a night out or a crop top or whatever. They those kind of things.
Provocative clothes.
Yeah, what meant some certain husbands, and it is not just traditional fundamentalists like religious people. This could be any man, because some men are insecure.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's not just
again. That's the connotation, isn't it? You think when you say that,
I would have thought it would have been like,
Asian
do not wear this in front of like my family because they're super traditional.
No. The white people do the same as well everywhere. It can happen across. Remember, domestic abuse. This is across everywhere. Every single community, every single place. Don't think about rich or poor, whatever. So you got the appearance, right? You've got makeup. So makeup comes part of it as well. So women not to wear makeup because they feel that they believe if a woman wears makeup, then sometimes men will start thinking, oh, who you're going to impress, They start thinking like that.
Impress your spouse, man, or your partner.
Yeah, but like men, some narcissists don't think like that. They think you're going out to impress other men, because that's what
very logical thinking.
Yeah. They're very well thought out. Some of these narcissists are very deep.
Yeah.
And then you've got checking the mobile phone. This is
that's controlling.
I'll tell you where it goes to controlling. Now, sometimes you got your girl and they want to they check your Instagram or social media. They see who's this Janani. Like obviously, like those are everyday occurrences. But
Janani is lady, FYI. People.
Oh, sorry, lady. But the levels of controlling. So checking mobile, if it's everyday, regular basis, they're just checking who you're talking to, why you're talking to them. Okay, the only people you can have on your phone is your family, not your friends. No male friends allowed.
In this example, obviously you're talking from a male perspective. Is the distribution, do you find ever a lady doing this to a man as well?
Yeah, if you flip it over, men with his clothes.
50-50 or?
What? Or levels of victims? Or?
Yeah, like in controlling.
I think that's going to be skewed, Gordon. I think that's going to be skewed.
Total victims, 80% are women, 20 are men, I'd say, from my experience.
But that's those that come forward. This is what I need to say. That's those that come forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's probably some that just deal with it in the background.
In that example then, so give me an example, because I'm quite genuinely interested. So what would a lady say to a man in terms of like clothes?
Yeah, if it's clothes, this is interesting. I had a case one time, this guy, he wasn't allowed to wear tight joggers because at the gym, he can't wear a tight t-shirt. He had to wear loose clothes all the time. Gym, wherever. He couldn't dress up as much.
Oh my god!
Because she was a psycho as well. She was a nutter. It was one of my first early cases I had, and I didn't think that would be controlling, but it is. Yeah, you could be dressed. If a man hitting the gym, he wants to see his muscles. He's got to wear some gym sharks, but
he's got to wear something like lycra.
My man's banging like cortas, isn't it? I'm joking about. Yeah. So from a female perspective, if you look at it, it's the same things I say, but you flip it over. So if it's like you can't have any male friends, if it's to a female victim, they'll flip it over. The female abuser would do the same thing to a male in that sense. Checking the mobile phones is definitely one that is always happening in a lot of relationships. But that's just like one picking up someone. Aspect.
Checking up the phone is...
No, checking means like, you actually
grabbing it.
No, not grabbing it, but like you've got the passcode to it, you're accessing it regularly, or you've got a linked iCloud account, or you've got their social media
Oh my
details.
God. Remote access.
Yeah, man is wild out here, you know. And I've got some wild stories about controlling. You guys don't know yet. This is going to shock you, but
Okay, hang on. So we'll come to the examples afterwards.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's controlling.
No, you missed out one. You missed out one though. Financial.
Have we? Okay.
Financial. I was touching about
Financial
financial is a
controlling.
big one.
Shit. Okay.
Big one. So financial is two types: financial control and financial abuse. Financial control is where if I had access to your bank accounts, and I have your bank card, I control the household bills. What control do you have in the finances in the house? Say if
Is it a shared account?
So say if it was, even if it was joint account, right? Or if all the money went into my account in the relationship, you don't have access, do you? To
Correct.
what? You asking me for money, even if you're
For
asking
money,
me for your own money, I have the power to give it or not. You know what I mean?
Control.
The cash. That's control.
But if you have one card of like this is where you can find flaws in this shit, right? I mean, I'm thinking like a psycho.
I ask for money offside.
I'm like,
I ask for money.
No. I'm saying if you get a shared account, right, and you get one card, and then one of the members of the spouse has it, and they make the payments off it, is that technically controlling?
No.
Or is that just go and get a second card?
They only become controlling once they prevent you from accessing the account. That aspect, you can. Many couples have separate accounts, joint accounts.
Yeah.
You know, but it's about the
yeah.
aspect of control comes is where if your name's not on any household bill, you know, it's not. It can become controlling. It can lead to that.
See.
So you got to look at, okay, financially I'm screwed. Then that's one aspect of your life controlled. You haven't got any access to money. Where are you gonna go? That's one start. So you got that. Then you got financial abuse. That's separate. Financial abuse is where, imagine if you're paying for everything in the house and your partner's not paying. Your bank is emptied out and they got money, or they refuse to pay for the childcare costs or contribute in the relationship. That's financial abuse because you're the one who's the main payer for everything. Breadwinner, you know.
But how do you...
Jesus.
Oh, okay, but you're talking about in the context of both having earning potential, because there are quite a few couples where you have a house person who's obviously not earning. You're saying in this scenario, both people are earning, or one chooses not to contribute.
Okay, it could go into, say if one is not right, say if someone's unemployed or unable to work, say if they're pestering you to give them money all the time for their personal expenses. That's financial abuse because you're still paying for their life. And it gets...
Mate, that's like every old school desi relationship. If
Yeah,
the lady's at home not
telling
working and she's like, "मैं handbag लेना, handbag के पैसे दे."
But it gets worse if they want a handbag every week. You know what I mean? Or they want...
So it's the degree. It's the degree of it.
Kitty party they
That's what
jana,
you're
you know, meth jana. It's gonna get out of control.
Kitty-
you know
kitty
what I mean?
party.
And there's also different. It gets worse when there's drug abuse and alcohol addiction. So if the abuser is addicted to these things, that all they're gonna spend their money is on these chija and these stuff.
Yeah,
so that's where you've got controlling, and then you've got financial abuse. So this is like the grassroots start of an abusive relationship. It doesn't start with violence. There are some that the first thing that's happened is a punch in the face, but then actually many relationships the grassroots begins with controlling. I
see.
And then the other aspect.
So
So the other aspect of controlling, this is the big one, is isolation from family and friends. So huge.
Yes.
This is if someone
divide and conquer, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you isolate them from their family and friends, you got them under your control. All they're ever going to speak to is you. All they're ever going to be around is you. So the way they will do it is they'll try and manipulate you against your friends, saying, "Oh, they don't care about you," or your family don't care about you. Or they're not good type of friends, or they go out to the clubs too much. You know, they just try and make you believe that, you know, things like...
So they weave these narratives, which obviously are false, but over time they become embedded and you believe them. I guess the other one I see as well is the, you know, this, again, in our culture, it's right, kudi da biyah ho gaya. So the girl is married, this is your family now. And if we have internal problems, then you are not to speak to your family, you do not share this is behind closed walls. And you see it, but then they have not like this example I gave you at the start. They have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they pop, and that's when I see couples who get divorced, where it's like they tell their family. The family's like, "Oh my god, it's been going on for so long. You didn't tell us." And then thankfully, a lot of the girls' families again in the past are like, "No, you stay there and you work it out."
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say.
Now it's becoming like, no. Just sort it out.
I was going to say that most girls are worried about going home and having the shame of going home and being told to go back or told to work on it. But nowadays, I think there has been a shift where parents are more accepting towards this as it's more and more commonplace. People are getting separated. And,
but you guys are
just
talking from an
accepted that.
Asian perspective. This
We are talking
happens.
from Asian
This
perspective
happens
solely, yeah.
all. This happens in all communities. This could be you
Yeah.
could be cohabiting in a household, boyfriend girlfriend, and your
Yeah.
partner won't even let you go and see your own family for like God knows how long. You might not even be able to call. You maybe like this. The different levels. So you could be.
So in that
Yeah.
scenario, though, when you're not married, though,
Yeah.
because surely you can just say, from my or your perspective as a solicitor, surely you can say, well, you can leave, can't you? You don't have to be there. If you're not married, like, well, if there's no kids, there's no dependents, why would you're choosing to stay? Surely. You have
What if you're both
capacity,
paying
you're
rent,
choosing to
bro?
stay.
The thing is, it's difficult when someone's a victim of domestic abuse. They are manipulated into believing this is the. They want to make the relationship work.
Oh, this is
You know what I
normal.
mean?
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
this
okay.
because what happens is the abuser is gonna make an argument to stop you or make a situation that stops you from going to see them. So it's like initially in that situation you might be thinking, yeah, maybe my friends aren't good people, or maybe my family are not great for me. I might always just listen to my partner because it's your partner, right? So you might not even be living together, and they can still isolate you from your friends. You know what I mean? You could be living with your parents, but a lot of individuals not seeing their friends, or they cut off certain types of friends. It could be, this is where it gets worse, where, okay, you're out with your friends, your partner calls you up all the time asking you, when are you coming home, where are you at, who you with, you know what I mean? And that is controlling, but you're still seeing your friends, you know what I mean? It gets very, like,
convoluted.
It's crazy.
There's a lot of grey in what you're saying. There's a lot of spectrum to this, isn't it? It's not like you're saying, there's no definition, there's not one definition, and it's all degrees of it. What I'm hearing a lot from you is that it sounds like there's not a lot of awareness, in the sense that, I guess when it comes to light and people look back retrospectively, like, oh yeah, it has been going on for X amount of time.
Yeah.
But the realization that, it's at the point now where they're at chaos and they're like actually speaking out, that's crazy.
It's one of those things that I think, some people are controlled. There's examples of where one guy, he put a CCTV camera in the living room, and his wife had to sit in that living room while he's at work all day until he comes back home.
Hell.
If she moved
Can
out
she
of
go
that
toilet?
room, no, that's what I'm saying. He was an IT developer. He had all the IT technology. He would watch it all day, and then if she got out of that room, he would call her straight away. Why are you out of the room?
Where are you? Where bathroom? I wonder if the bathroom is in that room. Yeah, commode point or something.
She'd have
Bro,
to
if
sit
it's
there.
in the bathroom, that's disgusting.
She'd have to sit there in the living room all during the day, work day.
Okay, Asian or not Asian?
Yeah, it was Asian. Yeah, you got to do that. But
Yeah.
it could be non-Asian, like anywhere,
Could be
whatever.
anyone.
No, of course.
This
Did
is another
he?
one.
Did he not think that she had to go to the toilet though? Like, I'm really sticking to this.
I don't care.
Did
He's
she not
controlling
think
her.
that she had to go to the toilet?
He wants to control her. He feels that he's a narcissist. These things happen.
Well, he's probably sitting there thinking, I want to control everything about you, even your bowel movements.
You'll be surprised.
Fuck me,
when you
man.
can eat.
That's some incredibly crazy
I've
shit.
had cases where when you can eat, what you can eat, what time, how long you can see your family for, half an hour, how long.
Basically a prisoner.
Yeah, you're a prisoner in your own home, but there's no bars, and there's no crime offense. But
And Cameron, in your opinion, I'm talking high level, chunked up level, the abuser, right? What's their intention, narrative? Fine, they're manipulative to what end? What is it they actually want?
it's their obsession is that the other partner might cheat on them, right? They have they
Paranoia. That's their main thing.
Paranoia, but also it's probably their behavior, their traits. This is just how they are as a person. They haven't really grasped the understanding of balance in a relationship, and some people, they like control as well. And if someone is vulnerable, which most, on a sense, when the victims, when they're vulnerable and they show their vulnerability, I think that's where the abuser can go. It's not straight away. They go
onto them,
bit by
yeah.
And then also they know that they believe their partner won't leave them. The victim won't leave them. So it's a bit like that. I mean, there's ones where the crazy. It could get crazy, like checking underwear, and like men. Sometimes some men would check their female partners' underwear to see if they're cheating.
Why?
Because if there's semen on there, they'll think there's another man.
Stains.
This is how it is.
Again, the thing you're showing, the levels to which people
That's extreme, but
can become.
Bro, how you got time for this? Like, you come home, you're like, right, strip off your underwear,
No, mate,
show me.
you got your camera
Right.
set up.
You got your cameras, you got your checking underwear in the washing machine, and the female would check the boxer shorts as well. It's the same thing. Clothes checking.
Yeah, same thing, man.
Phone. It all comes a part of one thing. Clothes is something that no one's ever really heard of, but this is definitely some stuff.
I haven't heard of that at all. I mean,
what
I knew
cut-
obviously, low cut tops and stuff for girls. I've seen that happen, but fucking hell, underwear. Wow.
You'd also have like one Punjabi guy. He would control his wife, what color underwear she could wear. So he would say, "Oh, you can't wear blue. You have to wear this color every day."
I shouldn't laugh, but that's ridiculous.
It seems like small, like, you know, how can anybody if you go and say to your parents, you know, family meeting it, and if she went back to home, but like if you actually deep it, what the hell is that like?